So you're going to watch this video. Now, I did have the wife watch this, and she did semi-approve. And she did say that the one tom part was a little too much for her. She did laugh at one point in the video. So I'm going to put it up there. Lions play today. Seattle, big Seattle fan that watches the channel every day, always comments. I hope that the Lions and this video don't like coincide, if you know what I mean, if you know anything about the Lions and how they play. You know, it's kind of one of those days. So, here we go. So Rick asked me this question. I got a good chuckle out of it. I don't know if he's serious or just half serious. Next video. What do you do when nature calls? Ha ha. Well, don't worry, we're not going to go for a walk and I'm going to show you. Don't worry about that. But usually when nature calls, I answer. Okay? That's the first part. Let's just get that out of the way. But let me give you a little background into how lucky we once were out here. You might see every now and then a Julie commenting on some of our videos. Julie used to work with us a couple years back, and Julie's a lady, and I'll just say it, all of us guys were scared to death when she come out here because we never had a lady work out here. And I shouldn't speak for everybody, but I could tell by the way we acted, we were all nervous and didn't know what to expect. And so Mike called her, she's going to run Slasher. Now Julie, okay, a little background on Julie. Julie knows more about logs than I'll ever know, okay? She's born and raised in the woods. Her dad was a logger. She worked for her dad for years and years and years. Ran her own logging company. She's a smart lady. Smart lady. And she came to run Slasher for us. So she showed up the first day down on Chippewa Road. That's where it was, right, Julie? Chippewa Road. And Mike says, well, you're going to have to find a spot for Porta-John. Okay. So she shows up. She's got this little trailer and a little bathroom on there. Little, you know. And she said we had to use it. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. If we had to go to the... yeah, anyway. If we had to use it, we used it. We didn't go out in the woods anymore. And it was pretty nice. She kept hand sanitizer in there. The truck drivers would bring a truck swapper magazine in there so you could read while you were in there. It was pretty nice. And there was one downfall to the whole situation. Okay, it had to be moved from job to job. And once it got hot in the summer, it still had to get moved. And sometimes you finish jobs either ahead of schedule than what you think or behind schedule than what you think. So when you finish a job ahead of schedule, and Julie didn't bring her little trailer, we would throw it back to the tool truck. Us had a lift gate on it, and us guys would try to help her out, and we would throw it back to the tool truck. But when it's hot, and you throw that baby in back of that tool truck, and you get it to your next destination, and you kick the door open on that tool truck, it'll knock you flat out, let me tell you. Okay? Flat out. So, we would call, she would have it pumped. She would. So it's not like it was in there for years. She'd have it pumped, and it was really nice to have on the jobs, especially when it's cold out like this. Now that little plastic seat in those things can chill you right out. But I mean, it was pretty nice. So the hardest part is the truck driver started using it. Okay. Now truck drivers usually drive by some places where they can use the bathroom, and they'd still use that. And some truck drivers don't eat so healthy. I can think of one in particular right now that lived from Little Debbie Pies and Orange Crush and cigarettes. So when it came time, it was awful. So we would use it in absolute necessities. We would use it. But the other problem is the buncher guy, Adam, the guy that operates the buncher, you had to be careful, because how many know when you get a group of guys together and something as simple as going to the bathroom can turn into a prank. So you would eventually sneak in and out of there. I would sneak in there, and then Adam would go in there when I started loading the truck. But so Julie quit whenever. I can't remember dates. And she took her porta-john back, which she offered it so that we could keep it, and we said we didn't want to. But anywho, now this is what happens. You just go wherever. Okay. Just find a spot, make it happen. I'll give you the other day somebody had to go to the bathroom. I won't name any names. And hold on, that's got some nasty holes in it. That went on top. That log's nasty. Won't name any names. He couldn't make it to the back side of the log pile. Okay. So you just kind of go around. The hard problem is when you get to jobs like this in clear cuts, you can get into some situations. But if you're running skidder, you can usually find a place to hide in between the tires or something. But you just make it happen. So on jobs like this, you find a bundle somewhere. That's how it goes. So that's what happens when nature calls. You answer, because that's just what you do. The longer you wait out here, you can get into trouble. Okay, quick. That's what happened to Tom the other day. He waited a little too long, got in some trouble. But that's what happened. I can't believe I just did a whole video on this. Yeah. That's weird. But that's a question I had. And before I publish this video, I will ask my wife if this is acceptable to show. She's like a little smarter than I am. She's got, how many of us guys out there married a gal who's just a little bit smarter than us? Tell you what, the guy that marries the sweetheart that's a little bit smarter than him, we're the lucky ones. We are the lucky ones, let me tell you. Most of the time.